Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in and gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Oh, I pledge allegiance to the flag, States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Tampa Heights navigators. It's Miss Greenberg, your one and only media specialist. Today is February 1st, 2021. Every Friday, America observes a very special occasion called Black History Month. This observation serves as a time to remember and celebrate the many amazing accomplishments of African Americans and their importance to our country's history. Black History Month began in 1926 as Negro History Week, a week of celebration observed in mid-February. But in 1976, it was expanded to become Black History Month, and it now stands as a wonderful tribute to the many extraordinary and exceptional African Americans who have graced our country's history. To celebrate Black History Month, we have created a YouTube playlist that has a lot of great information about Black history and Black leaders, as well as a Mayan list for both K through 2 and 3 through 5. Has a lot of great books I hope that you can check out. In addition, I'm going to give you some information coming up about 4 African American heroes and leaders, some that you may have not heard about. So stay tuned. James Amistad Lafayette, born 1748, died in 1830. Now, James was a slave, but not much was known about his life prior to the Revolutionary War. However, his owner did teach James how to read and write so that he could be a better worker. Later, James enlisted in the army, the Continental Army, because if the Americans won, he would be freed. James was later used as a secret spy because of his reading and writing capabilities and his knowledge of the Virginia landscape. So he transported messages back and forth. The British had no idea of his reading and writing abilities, so they trusted him with maps and plans that he secretly memorized. This led to the Continental Army defeating the British at Yorktown, effectively ending the Revolutionary War. Later in life, James was emancipated, and he lived the rest of his life as a farmer and a family man, secretly one of America's greatest heroes and secret spies. Phyllis Whitley, born 1753, died 1784, was born a slave and purchased by the Whitleys family. The Whitleys soon recognized her intelligence and began to nurture it. They taught her all sorts of things and gave her an education that was not only rare for women, it was nearly unheard of for a woman of color. With the Whitleys family backing, she traveled to England to publish her first book, poems on various subjects, religious and moral, and she was the first American woman poet ever to be published. She corresponded with our very first president, George Washington, and the famous French writer and philosopher Voltaire called her a master of English verse. Her work was extremely powerful and an example of intelligence and the promise of Black people. Her natural talent and body of work live on as fundamental contributions to our American literature. Benjamin Banneker, born 1731 to 1806, was an African American inventor and farmer. Benjamin Banneker attended school only for a few years before working on his father's farm. Benjamin had a lot of abilities to help people. At just 15, he created an irrigation system that helped water flowing to his farm's crops. It was so effective that during droughts, the Banneker's farm flourished. In 1753, he became fascinated with a friend's watch. Watches were very rare at that time, and his friend let him borrow it. Benjamin studied the watch and eventually built his own full-size clock, the first built in America. So, if you're looking up at a clock and you're reading time, we can thank it to Benjamin Banneker. Another first of her kind, Rebecca Lee Crumpler, 1831 to 1895, was the very first African American physician. She attended a private school in Massachusetts and went to work on as a nurse for 8 years. She applied to the New England Female Medical College, which was a very bold and risky move, but she was accepted. Rebecca graduated in 1864, becoming the first African American woman physician in the country. This was a big deal because it was out of more than 50,000 physicians in the United States at that time, only 300 were women. And Rebecca was the only Black woman.
Hi, I'm Kiana, and you should watch Operation Frog Effect by Sarah Scrivener, the book kind, not the audio kind, because the audio kind is not better than the reading kind. Just saying. Well, basically, the book is about a lot of twists and turns. Friends become enemies because some activities, and one group for assignment gets the police involved, and accidentally blames it on the teacher, their teacher, Miss Granham. So Miss Granham is on a leave for getting fired, and so the students try to run for school board so they can kind of try to save Miss Granham her job. And if you want to see if Miss Granham gets her job back, go make sure to read Operation Frog Effect, the book kind. Bye.
You should always wear your mask in public. it will protect others as well as you.
Clubs begin again this week. Sponsors should have contacted your parents, and you should know what day, time, and location for your club. Please wear your club lanyards on your club day. Car riders and walkers enter the building through the host entrance, which is on Morgan Street, at 8 a.m. Bus riders are dismissed from their bus at 8 a.m. on their club day. Bus drivers have a master list of club students. All club students should have their breakfast at 8 a.m. and then walk directly to their club location by 8:15 a.m. Students are to return to class at 8:45 a.m. promptly. We will begin recycling school-wide at Tampa Heights on Wednesday, February 10th. Teachers, please review what can and cannot be placed in the recycling bins. Thank you. Students, please continue to be superheroes and wear your mask to stop the spread of COVID-19. Also, please wash your hands with soap and water. And if soap and water is not available, please use a squirt or two of hand sanitizer. Also, please be checking the weather to wear appropriate weather clothing. If it is cold, please remember to bring a jacket and wear pants. It is so important because it is cold, flu, COVID season, and we want to keep all of our navigators healthy and our brains growing strong.